Hey, welcome to Planet Hex. I'm Andrew Horn. I'm recording this live over Twitch because I wanted this nice and immediate for you. I'm really looking forward to MCon 2023 here in Nottingham. It's coming up this coming weekend on the 10th and the 11th of June at the Motorpoint Arena. This is a video from last year when I took my sons and a buddy over to MCon here in Nottingham, check out what was going on. We like to go every year. Usually we go on a Sunday. This year I thought, as last year's Sunday event for MCon was quite quiet, a bit sparse, I thought we'd go on Saturday this year, and we're going to have the bonus point of taking my mum along. She's never been to a convention before. She's in her 70s. She's going to find it very interesting. I think it's going to be a very different experience for her. She's going to find it cool. We've been working on the cosplay outfits for my two sons. We've got one going as Sombra from Overwatch and another going as the Night Guard from Five Nights at Freddy's. So we've been working on the costumes today, so I'm looking forward to getting them out there in those. It's going to be a good time. I really love going there and being amongst my people and buying t-shirts. I buy too many t-shirts. So yeah, it's a 2-day event. There's dealers, there's Q&As, there's photo ops, there's celebrities there to meet. It's going to be a lot of fun. So on this episode of Planet Hex, I'm going to go and take a look around the MCon website and see what lies ahead for MCon 2023. And we've had some great experiences in the past and met like various Doctor Who actors like Paul McGann, Peter Davis and Sylvester McCoy, Sophie Aldred, Nick McIntosh, all kinds of people there. There's people from Harry Potter and Star Trek and Star Wars, and it's what you would expect from a convention. Now, conventions like this didn't really become a thing in the UK until sometime in the 2000s. We were way behind with these. Comic-Con is the big one that we hear about all the time over in the States, and I know there's smaller ones across the States all the time, but for us it was always SDCC we'd hear about, or the New York Comic-Con with all these huge things going on, and it's nice to be able to get a bit of that over here. Granted, we don't get like the A-list stars, but we do get some really, really cool people, and it's always a fun day out. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this pans out. I will be there myself. I'll be filming an episode of Planet Hex, so if you are there, do say hello. I'll probably have a t-shirt on with a VHS tape on it. Not this one. It'll say VHS is happiness, and more than likely I'm a big fan of that one. So please do come and say hi if you spot me there. I'm more than happy to say hello. I would love that, in fact, and that would be awesome. And the kids might say, do come and say hello if you see a bald man in a VHS shirt there. But I'm going to go take a look at the website and see what we've got ahead for this one. So let's go and do that now. So here we are on the MCon website. So it happens every year at the Motorpoint Arena, Nottingham. The early ones happened, I think it was just the first one happened in a much smaller venue, and there was it wasn't expected that it would be so huge and the demand for it would be so huge, but it was, and so it's been moved since then to the Motorpoint Arena, and it's a great place for it. There's 2 levels, there's a lot of dealers upstairs, and there's the main floor with lots more dealers and things going on, and the setups for photo ops, and all the cosplayers who are always amazing. I love seeing the cosplayers. The kids love hanging out with the cosplayers, and of course we always make sure we're respectful towards the cosplayers and always ask before we take a photo. That is just etiquette. Ask if it's okay. Generally the kids will see characters and just blurt out, "Oh my god, it's Jinx from League of Legends," and then it's like, could I take a picture with the kids? And everyone's lovely about it. It's a really cool place. The only drawback is the price of the food and drink there, so I do recommend that you don't indulge in that in the venue itself. Do wait till you do stock up on food and drink beforehand. Can't take any into the venue, so do eat or drink beforehand, or go get some stuff afterwards from many places around Nottingham City Centre, which are well worth a visit. But I do just be aware it's very, very expensive in the arena for food and drink, because it's an arena setting. Of course it would be. Also, do be aware that the cash machines in there charge for withdrawals, so just save yourself something and get yourself some cash outside the venue in one of the many banks and cash machines around the city, and just save yourself a few quid so you can spend it in MCon. I think that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, let's take a look at the guests. So this year's guests, we've got Arthur Darvill, I think Paul McGann has come as well. He's back as well. I don't think they've added him to the website yet. So we've got Arthur Darvill from Doctor Who, Legends of Tomorrow. Also from Legends of Tomorrow, we've got Franz Drame, who was Firestorm, or half of Firestorm. We've got Mandip Gill from Doctor Who. Devon Murray from Harry Potter. Here's an interesting one. We've got Katie O'Brien from Ant-Man and the Mandalorian, Z Nation and Black Lightning. You might recognise her from the Mandalorian. I think that's a really cool guest to have there. And of course Matt Ryan, who's Constantine in Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow and the Constantine self-titled show. We've got Guy Henry from Star Wars and Harry Potter and Casualty, which they misspelt there on the advert, Casualty. James Cosmo from Game of Thrones, Troy and Braveheart. And we've got the lovely David Bradley from Harry Potter and a million other things. For me, he's always going to be the I suppose guy from Hot Fuzz more than Harry Potter, because I'm not really a Harry Potter guy, but definitely all about the Cornetto trilogy. I've seen him there before actually, and he's spent so much time with every child that was there in like a Harry Potter costume, every fan. He spent time to make it special for them. So while it does cost to meet the celebrities, it's really worth it in a lot of cases. Next to me, we got John Rhys Davis, of course, Gimli from Lord of the Rings, and it was Indiana Jones. Indy! Don't yell at him, he'd probably punch you. We've got Julian Glover from Game of Thrones, Indiana Jones, and Harry Potter again. We've got Amy Manson from Once Upon a Time, Misfits and Being Human, that's a good one. Oh, we've got Paul McGann listed there. Of course, the Eighth Doctor, also from Luther, Alien 3, Holby City. What they miss out there is Withnell and I, one of the greatest films ever made. You know, I hung out with Paul McGann last time I was at MCon, and it was just the best. He was so nice to myself and the kids, and was happy to chat, and it was just a really lovely, relaxed atmosphere. And I love that about MCon. You don't feel rushed, you don't feel shoved through. I think the only time I felt that it was kind of busy was when I met Billy Piper at MCon one year, and you only got like a few seconds with it. I think I got about 25 seconds with Billy Piper, but for the most part, you can, if it's not too busy, you can chat for ages, and it's really worth it. I do hugely recommend it. So who else have we got? We got Brian Herring, who's BB-8's puppeteer. We've got Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor. Peter Davison, the 5th Doctor, who is a lovely man. We've got John D.S. Watson from Wednesday, one of the Wednesday cast. We've got Chris Barry from Red Dwarf. Christina Wolf from Batwoman and the Ark, and we've got Chloe Annette, of course, Kachansky from Red Dwarf. Will Mellor again. I saw some video of Will Mellor. Didn't meet him at MCon last year, but he was. There was some video footage of him just hugging a kid who was very overwhelmed with the whole thing, and I thought that was lovely. You know, it had been COVID and lockdown and whatnot, and I know it was. It's important to a lot of kids that they get out there and experience more, especially after that weird period. It might even be in 2021, that one. I do apologise if I'm wrong there. We've also got Matt Horn from Gavin and Stacey, Bad Education, and the Nan movie. We've got Danny John Jules, one of the nicest people you can ever meet. A genuinely lovely guy. I've met him a couple of times, and he takes the time to make it special, just like David Bradley, like I mentioned earlier. A couple here that I think are really cool. I'm really excited to see there. We've got Bez from the Happy Mondays. What an icon! What a random thing to see! What a random person to see at a convention. We've also got Joseph Marcel, who was of course in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as Jeffrey. I mean, that's fantastic. I love it. We've got Hattie Hayridge, who of course was Holly. Hugo Myatt. I've met Hugo Myatt before there from Nightmare. Had a lovely time, lovely chat with him. We've got Mike Quinn from Star Wars and the Dark Crystal. Then there's some of the attractions you can see there. We've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the Bunk Room set, which has been rebuilt from Red Dwarf. We've got Johnny Five from the Short Circuit movies. We've got the Death Star attraction. I do like it that they've listed it as meet and attraction. Go and meet and attraction. They've got some of the Death Star set. We've got Hanning Carbonite. There's some really good. Really cool ways you can enjoy getting photo ops and things like that. There's the arcade setup. There's the firehouse basement from Ghostbusters, the TARDIS and Dalek, and then some of the cosplayers that are coming. We've got the East Midlands Garrison, who always turn up and march outside the building first thing, and I love seeing them. They're so cool, coming out in all the Stormtrooper gear and the various Mandalorian outfits, even like Imperial Guard and Jedi. And I saw an Ahsoka Tano there once, and it's just an absolute delight to go and see these things and see how great these people are at what they do. Also there we've got the Z-Walkers cosplay group, the zombies that will often just appear in front of you and high-five you or threaten you in a nice way, in a nice growly zombie way. They're absolutely lovely and their makeups are just superb. We've also got the East Midlands Ghostbusters cosplay group. I'm up for seeing that. I love the Ghostbusters. And we've got guest artist Solly Mohammed. That's interesting. There's often a guest artist there. I remember one guy that was doing paintings in coffee, which was interesting. So there's a lot of good feedback from visitors there and whatnot, but it is a really nice atmosphere. The tickets have gone up a little bit in price over the years, but that's to be expected just with everything being crazy. You can go pre-book autographs and photo sessions and everything like that. A lot of the people will take selfies at the table. There is a charge for that, of course, but that's a nice way to do it. I personally prefer the selfies. I've had a few of the photo shoots, and they're really nice, and it's really nice to get them done, and they look amazing. But I do like the personal touch of just getting a selfie, so it shows you just hung out with them rather than getting your 10 seconds around the side of the curtain. But I do really enjoy going there. So there's quite a variety there. So the autographs range from £20 up to £40. So the cheapest of all is Bez. So the cheapest ones are Bez, Hugo Meyer, Will Mellor, Chloe Annette, Hattie Courage, Chris Barry, and Joseph Marcel. And Chris Barry are all £20. Beyond that, it's 25 and up. But you know, I think this is worth it. You're getting a bit of time with the person that you admire and have enjoyed the work of, and I think that's really, really cool. Of course, there's photo shoots on there as well. There's one of the ones with Nick Frost from a couple of years ago, and it's just a fabulous day out, and I do wholeheartedly recommend it. I'm really looking forward to it. The kids are really looking forward to it. My bank balance isn't looking forward to it because I know I'm going to go slightly overboard, not too much, but there may be some form of incident while I'm there. There's traders. The traders are really good, really good. There's a great variety from action figures and retro stuff, new action figures, collectibles. There's custom made things. I really hope the sword guys are there again. There's a company that does like replica swords, like the He-Man power sword. There's the Eye of Thundera. There's even like Cloud Sword from Final Fantasy and things like that at this store, and they sell them and then they'll send them on. They can't actually pass over a weapon at these events, which I think is really clever and really sensible. But they have this thing where you can enter a competition. You answer a geek question. It's like where should you shoot a zombie to stop them, that sort of thing, and then you can stick your hand in a box of severed fingers and pull out however many goes you've paid for, and if one of those has got a prize written on it, then you can win the sword of your choice, which is awesome. And one day I will win the Thundercats Eye of Thundera sword. I will, honest. I'm too cheap to buy it, you see, so that's my thing. I am going to win that eventually. There are also panels and events around it, like there's an after party and things like that. So that's not listed on the website at the moment, the panels, but there are generally panels with cast members for various things. The cosplay is just the best. I love cosplay there, it's so good. Because I just generally don't get to see a lot of cosplayers around. Sometimes you see them in Market Square here in Nottingham, which I think is amazing, but it's lovely to see them all at MCon, so I can get some of that atmosphere. So we're always seeing the cosplay videos from overseas, and that's it's awesome. It's just so nice to see people really enjoying this stuff and feeling happy in how they are and what they're into, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere, and that's the whole point of things like this. It's to nerd out together and go and be weird together, and what a great thing to do. Go back on my channel. I'll link to on YouTube, on the YouTube version of this video. I'll link below to the my previous year's records of it, where you can see me and the kids in what we got up to in previous years and what they bought. Mainly Lego figures, lots of Lego figures. There's it's like a gold mine for Lego collectors there, and there's a lot of very surprising things, and I do recommend that you allow yourself a good couple of hours there. Oh, the other thing that's this year's, which I thought was really cool, they've got a band playing. Let's look her up. So at 1 p.m. each day, they've got at MCon, they've got a band called Lena and the Lions from my hometown of Sheffield, playing a gig there on each day from 1 p.m. and I think that's a really cool idea. So they're sort of like new wave, pop rock, a little bit of punk, a little bit of electro, and in their set, I've checked them out on YouTube. They do a lot of covers like Psycho Killer and a certain song called Running Up That Hill that was made famous by some TV show or other. You know, strange things have happened. I'm sorry, that was a cheap shot, but I do hugely recommend this. This is such a great idea. Look, they're playing a load of Comic-Cons, and what a great idea to use the arena setting, where, you know, it's set up for live music, and stick a live band on. What a great thing for the atmosphere. So I think that's going to be an interesting addition to MCon this year, and I am really looking forward to it. So are the kids. We're really stoked about getting those costumes on and getting out there and having some fun with our own people. So please do come and say hello if you spot us there at MCon. It'd be awesome to see you, and it's just going to be beautiful to see anyone there anyway, and just take in the joy of the crowd and the cosplayers and the dealers and my rapidly dwindling bank account. So yes, see you there, hopefully. I'll be there on Saturday. If you like this sort of thing, please do like and subscribe to my channel, where I usually do these full-length videos at the weekend, where I talk about something pop culture related, or VHS, or movies, or games, or music, or whatever comes to mind at the time, where I think I should get a video up, and then I have to think of a subject. But in the week I put short videos out, usually a couple of reviews in Planet Hex review time. This week I put out a short video announcing the launch event for my book VHS 8 My Brain Revised Edition, which will be taking place on the 17th of June, so the following Saturday, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. at the 80s Video Shop in Alfreton. So please do come along to that. I'll put details for that elsewhere as well. So thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Planet Hex.
The future has already arrived. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and validate my existence.